Okay, well, yeah, I should not sell. I should not be around people. That padded room's looking better and better all the time, I'll tell you. As long as I don't have to share it with anybody. As long as I can be the only nut in there, then that'd be good. The padded room works for me. Um, anyway, I'm definitely not a salesman. I know that. I hate selling with a passion. And trying to sell stuff out of the storage container in order to make room in there, and it's just been horrible. It has been. I got a message from a guy tonight, this evening. He wants to buy the basket with the vices in it. Um, yeah. Anyway, I arranged to meet him at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now, I will have worked all day at physical labor. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be dirty. I'm driving on dry, rotted tires that are going to end up, I only have so many miles left on them before they start popping, you know. And so, and I'm having trouble finding tires to replace them. I can't afford to buy new ones. I really can't even afford to buy used ones at this point. I've still got to build the truck out into a camper. There's no point doing that when it's got bad tires on it, and stuff. It's like it needs all this other work too. I'm really in a bind here. It's bad. But the thing is, emptying the storage unit out, or at least getting it, not emptying it, but getting it partially emptied would really help. It would relieve some of the stress that I'm under right now with all this stuff that's happening and trying to get things done. But my God, holy shit, dealing with people. Anyway, the guy sent me a message at midnight there. He said, I just remembered the hockey game is on at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Can we meet some other time? See, it's like a religion with people, the hockey is. In Canada especially, it is a religion, really. There are people that would cuss the name of Jesus Christ, that would tell you that Jesus Christ is no good. But they worship the hockey players and all that, and they can't miss a game. If they miss a game, then it's just they go into like a state of withdrawal or something. It's a strange sort of a thing that it's a phenomena I don't understand just because I'm not a sports fan. I never have been. So of course, if you're not that way yourself, it's hard to understand it. But people are quite emotional about this stuff, and if they miss a game, it's really bad. It's like they've committed a terrible sin. They even miss a portion of a game. Anyway, at least he was decent enough to let me know he wouldn't be coming, and I appreciate that. And in my response, I told him that my first response was, I don't know. As he's saying, is there another time? I don't know. And that's the truth. I really don't know. I was going to go out of my way to accommodate him tomorrow, Wasn't going to make me a cent. It was just going to free up a tiny bit of room in there. That's all it was going to do. I have a feeling I'm going to end up taking that stuff to the dump, really, because I can't keep doing this, It's taken its toll on me. But the thing is, no, I'm not willing to accommodate him any more than I'm willing to accommodate him. Because it's a hockey game, and I can't understand it. So I'm not willing to do that. It's like, look, go and worship your God there at the hockey arena or whatever. But, I'm not going to go out of my way to accommodate you. That's all. I don't care. Just, I'll take the stuff and I'll dump it in a junkyard. The thing is, I can dump that stuff for free because it's metal. I don't want to do that. I really don't, but I can, and that's probably what's going to happen. And the other stuff, I'll have wooden stuff and whatnot, I'll have to pay to dump that, of course. But even so, it is what it is. That's all. If I have to do that, then that's what I have to do. But oh my, like holy. Anyway, dealing with people is hard. That's all. At least I find that. I'm a loner, and I suppose this is why, because I just don't deal with people very well. Anyway, it's all right. It just is what it is. I'm glad he at least told me instead of just not showing up like so many others have done. This is, I went through all this before too when I was trying to sell stuff. And my boss, when I worked for the auctioneer tried to get me selling one time, and he was going on about how anybody can sell. It's so easy to sell, anybody can sell. No, they can't. It's a talent like anything else, and you either have it or you don't. And anyway, he had me on sales for 2 weeks. I didn't want to be, but I was. I did try. I put in an honest effort. And of course, my boss, who I had warned against putting me on sales, was giving me shit constantly because I kept screwing up. I kept losing sales. I kept costing him money. I kept being conned. I got taken advantage of several times by customers where they conned me into doing things and so on, and selling them things and at prices that I shouldn't have sold things at, or doing things, doing all this extra work to accommodate them, and then they wouldn't show up or whatever. It's like, so yeah. I really hate selling. That's all. I really do. I'm not good at it. And, if you're good at something, I guess you'll like it. But if you're not good at it, well, then you won't. And I'm not good at selling. It's just not my thing. I'm getting ready to pull those ads down. Just to pull the ads down and to start taking stuff to the dump and paying the dump to take it. Because in the end, it'll probably cost me less to do that, and at least I'll know the space is cleared. I'm stressed out over it, and I don't like dealing with people. That's fairly obvious. And people don't like dealing with me. That's also fairly obvious. And I just can't deal with it. Like people, anyway, the bottom line is I can't sell. That's all. I'm not a salesman. It's not my thing. And that's okay. Not everybody has every talent, and not everything is meant for everybody. There are some things in this life that just aren't meant for me. There's some things in this life that just aren't meant for you. As you go through life and you have experiences, you figure out what those things are. And you figure out what's meant for you and what isn't meant for you. And the thing is, sales is not meant for me. Selling stuff, that's not a task that's meant for me. That's all. Anyway, yeah. It's wild. It's just wild. Anyway, Rocky is asleep in his bed here, in his box. There he is there. There he is, all curled up, having a sleep. He's quite the cat. He looks comfortable in there anyway. I'm getting ready to curl up and go to sleep because I have to. I'm kind of worked up now. I'm just dealing with people, I don't like dealing with people. That's all. Anyway, that's it. See, for me too, I've never been a sports fan, so I don't understand it. I mean, if I was a hockey fan, maybe it would make sense to me, and I'd probably be more empathetic or whatever, But because for me, I figure, okay, I've gone out of my way to accommodate you, and now you're telling me, oh, I can't show up then because of hockey, because there's a hockey game on. It's like, you know what? I just, whatever. I mean, it'd be like, to me, it's no different than somebody saying, I can't show up because there's a rerun of Different Strokes on, of some episode of Different Strokes on at that hour or something, some really bad television show from 45 years ago that sucked back then and doesn't suck any less now, and something you've probably already seen a dozen times, but I can't show up there. Could you go out of your way to accommodate me on a different day so I don't have to miss this rerun of Different Strokes, where Willis gets caught smoking at school or something, It's like, and Mr. Drummond has to discipline him or whatever, It's like some awful show like that, It's like, to me, hockey interests me about as much as that would. So you can imagine, for me, I mean, here I am going out of my way to accommodate somebody, and I'm not going to make a cent. I'm just basically going to break even if he shows up, which he may not do. I mean, they generally don't. So probably even going to lose money to accommodate him. And I get that kind of a message, oh, there's a hockey game. Like, look, if you told me that you just got word that your mother is dying and you have to go see her, tomorrow night, well, okay. You're going to get nothing but empathy from me. But when you say, well, I can't come because there's a hockey game on tomorrow night, it's like, well, unless it's some professional hockey team and you're one of the players and they're paying you millions of dollars to be there, I'm sorry. But, and really, you should remember that. You shouldn't have made the arrangement with me when you had a game tomorrow anyway. So you should have remembered that you got to work tomorrow, Anyway, that's it. I'm not prepared to give my word and say that I'll meet the guy on some other day where I don't know what's going to be happening, and then maybe to forfeit a day's work, to forfeit $140 payday so that I can break even if the guy shows up or lose money if he doesn't, basically. So I can either lose $20 if he doesn't show up, because that's what I'll spend in gas, or get my gas reimbursed to me if he does show up. My gas money. I'm not willing to give up $140 payday in order to give my word that I'll show up at a certain place and time, because the thing is, I will show up. If I tell him I'll show up, then once I tell him that, I've made that commitment, and I will. So if I tell him I'm going to show up on Saturday at a certain time, and then I get an offer of a job on Saturday, I'll turn that job down so that I can keep my word and meet the guy. I know I will, because that's how I am. And the thing is, I'm not going to give my word to the guy when I don't know what's happening on Saturday. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it might. Anyway, that's it. I just shouldn't sell. That's all. It's a terrible thing. I just flat out hate it. I would sooner serve time in jail than be a salesman. I really would. And I'm not being hyperbolic there. I actually would. And I have been to jail in the past, so I know what jail is like, and jail is not good. Jail sucks. Let's be clear about that. Jail sucks. But I'm better at being in jail than I am at selling. So I've been more successful at going to jail than I ever was at selling. So, like I say, I would sooner go to jail than be a salesman. That's all. Anyway, that's it. Good night, everybody. On that cheerful note, I'm going to try and go to sleep. I don't think I can take much more of this, though, dealing with people. You know, they don't keep their word. And that drives me crazy. I have been hurt so badly by people who don't keep their word throughout my life. And I think that's why I have this reaction that I have. It goes far deeper than the surface appearance of it. And unfortunately, modern society is like that. People's word means nothing. And see, I value keeping my word, and I value people keeping their word. And so this is a bad society for me to be living in, I guess, the way things are. But it is what it is. That's all. I'm not going out of my way to accommodate people at this point. I'm getting ready to pull the ads down and start hauling shit to the dump. That's all. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully, God willing. Bye for now. If I don't take a heart attack, I don't get thinking about all this crap and fly into a rage and work myself up into a heart attack, then I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.